just go back. I don't think there's a single person on this planet that knew that it was gonna be this bad. 2020. At the end of 2019, and we were making Gatsby references and Vision jokes. It's no secret, 2020 has been a tough year for everyone, but I think throughout tough times, there's importance in learning. I think it's very important to learn what you go through in life. That way you can progress as a human being, as a person, as a friend, and just overall you. Be a better you. So without further ado, here are 20 things that I learned in 2020. Number 1, don't stay with someone who isn't good for your mental health. I said it and I'm proud of it. I was in a relationship early this year, back in like January, and the person that I was with, how do I say this? The guy that I was dating at the time knew about my mental health, but did not understand the severity and the sensitivity to it. Instead of trying to help me, he just wanted me to, quote unquote, get over what I was dealing with. That's never okay. I'm telling you guys right now, that is never okay. Not only that, but this person wanted to treat it as a joke. That's just never okay to like do to someone, you know? You don't know what people are going through. So when you want to poke and pry and make these jokes about OCD and anxiety and depression and all of that nature, that's not okay. But it's all good. We gladly are not together anymore. I'm a single Pringle and I'm okay with it. Let's just say I'm very happy we're not dating anymore. Number 2, this also kind of stems from that relationship that I was in earlier in January. Never feel pressured into doing anything with anyone. Y'all, I can't even express this one enough. Whether that's drugs or sex or alcohol or just doing bad things. Like, never let anyone lead you down the wrong path and into that pressure. As tempting as things can be in life, don't do it. Towards the ending stages of my relationship with this person, it was always, hey, like, let's do this, let's do that. And it's like, no, I'm not okay with that. I don't want to do that. And I'm gonna stand my ground. If you can tell, that's another huge reason why we broke up. And if you're watching this, you can go, that's so mean, I'm not gonna say that. You can go step on a Lego, like actually. Number 3, I promise these aren't all relationship things, but when my relationship was over and I was very heartbroken and I was sad and I was like very upset and crying all the time, my best girlfriends rounded me up and were like, no, you're not gonna be like that. We're gonna go out, we're gonna have a good time, we're gonna party, like, you're pretty, you're amazing, like, you're wonderful, and we're not gonna see you go down a very sad path. We're gonna try to get you out of that. So, number 3, your girlfriends will pretty much always be there for you. I think it's so important to have those friends in your life that will be there through the hard times and the good times and keep you afloat and just love you for who you are. Friendship is very, very important. 4, health is wealth. You have to take care of yourself physically and mentally, but physically, exercise is so important. Eating healthy is important. Making sure you're taking your vitamins and getting your nutrients in that you need. The healthier you are, the stronger your immune system is, and you can fight off infections and diseases a lot easier rather than people who have pre-existing conditions and who don't take care of themselves and who just aren't well. Health is wealth. Take care of yourselves, people. Number 5, I really like olives in my salad. I didn't realize this until this year. They're super yummy. People would always put them on like nachos and stuff, and I figured that was nasty. But this year, I decided that I like olives. Number 6. Ooh, this is a hard one. Okay. Don't take hugs for granted, and don't take family for granted. If you would have told me a year ago that I could not hug anybody because of social distancing and you can't high five and you can't have contact with people, I would have told you you were crazy. But this year, oh, sorry. Human contact is such a big thing, and I'm not a hugger at all unless I like know you and I feel comfortable around you, then I'm okay with hugs. But normally I don't like them. But that changed this year. There's so many people that I wish I could hug, and I can't hug them. And don't take family for granted, because life is very short, and as sad as it is, you could wake up tomorrow and have that call that your loved one is gone, or you can not wake up tomorrow. It's the truth. It's heartbreaking, it's devastating, but that's life. You only get one family. Don't take them for granted. Call people, tell them that you love them, and don't stay mad. This one burns, sorry. Don't take hugs for granted, and don't take family for granted. Number 7, life can change in a matter of seconds, so always be prepared for anything and know how to respond in certain types of situations. Be prepared for anything. Number 8, Five Sauce has been a band for like 9 years, and they're still making bangers. I've always loved them, but like this year, my love just like rekindled for them with their album Calm. Woo! If you haven't listened to them, you definitely should. They're amazing. One of my favorite bands. I don't know if that's something that I've learned this year. I guess my love for 5 Seconds of Summer just got like reignited this year. And it's been a good feeling, because with the crappy year that we've all had, it's been cool to have that like music outlet, and just for them to drop an album like in the middle of quarantine, coolest thing ever. Number 9, document every moment and memory and event in your life that you can. Yeah, you can have photos, but I think video is such a crazy thing to have. It's like, it's not just proof up here that something happened, it's proof like anywhere that it exists. If you lose someone in your life and you have them on video, you can hear their voice again, you can see them again, you can see them sing, you can see them walk, you can see them laugh, you can see them smile. So be sure to document everything, even the bad times too, I'd say. I think the bad times make the good times even sweeter. It's cool to see, like, in a place where you thought you'd never get out of, and then you're watching that, I don't know, 5 years down the road, you haven't, and you're like, wow, I survived that. And with the good times, you can constantly relive those through footage, through film. Video is an amazing thing. Number 10, The Office is actually a really good and funny show. Yes, I realize it took me forever to learn this, but it was probably one of my favorite shows this year. Number 11. This one's kind of weird, and I really hope you guys understand what I'm trying to say with it. But don't be too in love. Yes, romance is great. Yes, relationships are great. Love is great. But when you are so invested in another person to the point where you are joined at the hip and you have absolutely no individualism, I don't think that's love. Just make sure to be your own person every once in a while. Don't be too attached to someone. If you cannot be yourself until that person is around, whether that's at a family gathering or a party or a function, if you can't function as an individual, I think you're too in love. Also, please recognize when your significant other is in the wrongdoing, because your partner can be wrong. Your partner will be wrong, so don't always go to bat for them if it's something that maybe is wrong. I think that's all I have to say about that one. Number 12. School is not that important. Let me rephrase that. School is not as important as other things. High school is really not that important. It's just something that you gotta go through. And when you have teachers texting you, hey, turn this assignment in. Hey, Delisha, you haven't done your work in like 6 weeks. Is everything okay? When you're in quarantine and you got your own problems going on, school is like the last thing that was on my mind, man. Whew. Unless you know what you want to do in your life and you have this plan to go to this school to get these grades and have this occupation when you graduate, yeah, school for sure. Like, you study your tail off and you do everything you can. That was an annoying part of quarantine, when teachers still made you do work when we were in a global pandemic. Like, what? 13. When one door closes, another one opens. There was a position in school that I really, really wanted. It was to be able to run the flags at the football game. I've been dreaming of doing that since I was 7 years old because my brother and I went to the same high school. He graduated 10 years ago and now I'm graduating this year. When I was little, I would go to the football games and I would watch him play on the football field. I would see this special group of people that were chosen to run the flags at our games whenever we made touchdowns, and they were crazy and they had school spirit and they wore these white overalls that were splatter painted with our school colors, and they just got the crowd hype. Like, I've been wanting to do that since I was 7 years old. The people that were responsible for choosing the group of kids to run the flags did not choose me. And that stung because I had worked my tail off since freshman year to just go above and beyond in school spirit and leadership and even academics. This is before I didn't make it, obviously. I did my absolute very best to try to guarantee myself a spot and just be told, no, you're not good enough. Sorry, you're not chosen. That sucked. I cried my eyes out, like actually cried my eyes out. To have a dream for 10 years just get crushed in front of you like that it burns. But I've learned that it's all about favoritism now, and some of those kids that got chosen, so. Anyways, I was very sad about it, because like, I've been wanting to do it forever. But a week later, I got a phone call from a job interview that I had applied for, and I got a job. I think that is a lot better than running the flags, because now I'm making money and I'm making friendships at work and I'm getting a big paycheck. If I had made the flag running group, I probably wouldn't have had time for a job and I wouldn't be able to make money and get paychecks and make friends at my job that I know now. So that's my take on opportunities of 2020. Speaking of working, this is kind of transitioning into my next lesson of 2020, which is work for what you want. I'll be honest, I don't drive. I don't have a car. I have a learner's permit. Due to my financial situation, I don't have a car. And I got this job to pay for said car. My dad is not helping me with anything. I probably should not spill family tea here on YouTube, but let's just say I am having to pay for my car all on my own. Mommy and daddy aren't buying me a brand new BMW. I am working my tail off for it. Hopefully I get that car soon. Work for what you want. Number 14, don't even think about what you're doing. Acknowledge like the worst possible thing and scenario and outcome that can happen. Like if you're afraid of something, acknowledge what's the worst thing that can happen and just accept it. If you accept it and you come to terms with it, you're okay. Like everything will be okay. You already know what the worst thing that can happen is. Just be okay with it. Number 16, bad things happen to great people. And while we may never understand this, I think it is important to be there for those people. This lesson in 2020 has definitely taught me how to be there for someone. If you can just help them and love on them and be there for them, that is such an important thing to know and express. 17, it's not over till you're at the altar, man. No, but seriously, people change their minds. I mean, in no way, shape, or form, I am saying, hey, if you like someone who's in a relationship, go for it. But I'm just saying, things happen. This has been a crazy year. What could be crazier? You know what I mean? I'm totally kidding. Or not. No, the guy I kind of like right now is with someone. But like I said, it's not over till you're at the altar. In the words of Ariana Grande, break up with your girlfriend. Yeah, 'cause I'm bored. I mean, it happens in Hallmark movies where you just run down the aisle, just do it. Where the girl comes running in and is like, oh my god, I loved Ryan the whole time. And then Ryan's like, I loved you too. And then the soon-to-be bride is like, oh my god, what? This is my wedding. Number 18, this isn't really anything I've learned, but it's more of a prediction, I guess. Justin Medeiros, oof. I strongly believe that he could be the next Matt Fraser. I mean, the kid's like 21. To make it to the CrossFit Games at 21 for your first time and podium, what? I guess that's considered something I've learned, is that Justin Medeiros is on his way. You've heard it here first though. If you're watching this video in a couple years and he's crowned the fittest man on earth, don't be surprised. Number 19! Number 19 is just to relax. Like, honestly, I have seen so many people crumble and just, like, so much is going on, but it's so important to just mellow, just zen, just vibe. It's gonna be okay. I think it's so important to not get overwhelmed in the waves of life, in your own emotions, in everything that is going on, and just breathe, just relax. That is a huge thing that I've learned to do this year. And number 20, I put this one last on purpose because we are going into a brand new year and 2020 is over. So this lesson is, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. When your whole world is falling apart in front of you and you feel like nothing is going to be okay and you can never get out of the situation that you're in and everything just feels terrible and wrong and sad and lonely and dark, there is a light. It might not be the brightest, it might be very small, but there is a light. So just keep chugging along and we'll see what happens. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. If you stuck to the end, thank you. I really hope you got something out of this video, whether that be a smile, a lesson, or a laugh. As my last video of 2020, I am super excited for 2021. I've got some big things coming up. Hopefully more special guests on this channel for some good content, because I don't like filming by myself. It gets lonely. I cannot wait to see what 2021 brings. I'm excited, I'm ready, I'm nervous, I'm scared. Overall, just happy to be out of 2020. Be sure to like and comment and subscribe and all that jazz. Turn on my post notifications so you can see every time I upload. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.